Hey guys, it's Al from Altruistic Channel, and I'm sitting here surrounded by flowers. So essentially, what happened is my life is kind of fun at the moment. So I got a very interesting round of downloads, and so I'm going to treat it exactly as it was given to me because it was kind of just it was amusing. So here's how this is going to go. The universe has a lot of very specific things that it's tasking some of us to do, and one of the things that I need to do is deal with business, and then and then kind of uplift everybody at one time in a really, really fun, very, very interesting way that completely takes me out of my comfort zone. But it's so amazingly fun. So please stick around for the end here because you're going to see something that this is how you know when your universal consciousness is when you're tapped into something larger than yourself, is because this just made me laugh. Okay, so business first. All right, first and foremost, there is a lot going on in the world right now, and many of you are finding yourself in a situation where you are being realigned very, very quickly and very, very dramatically. So here's the options that you have according to what I was downloaded here. Take what's yours or stop complaining. Yep, very point blank. Second, I'm supposed to bring special attention to something that actually two people are working on that I've never met, and I've never heard anything about this, but apparently I'm supposed to say this. Miss Winfrey and Mr. Perry are working on something that's very interesting to me, from what I got downloaded, and it has to do with spirituality. And this is going to sound arrogant and pompous, but I'm supposed to say it just as it is. I would very much be interested in knowing more about this particular project. Now, the interesting part is that I never realized that either one might have ever come across me because nobody ever really talks about my channel. That's not the way this is structured. The universe wants it kind of almost by invitation only. It's a divine thing. Divine is guiding people that need to see things at different times to different videos. So it's not like I'm going to have a lot of subscribers. But like I said, I've been contacted by a couple different people that are very interesting to me, but I never had ever imagined that I would be able to know something like this. But apparently, what you're working on is rather important to the cosmos in general. It has to do with spirituality, and it's something that's much needed in the world. I'm supposed to just say straight out that I would love to be part of it. It factors into what my role is and what I'm supposed to be doing on the planet. Okay, enough of that. Next. Some of you are getting into a situation where you are coming into psychic abilities and you don't necessarily understand to trust it because it's kind of grandiose. Here's the thing. We are still in what I would consider the Jupiterian era. And so one of the things with the Jupiter thing is that it's very, very, if you're Pisces, this is like hog heaven for you. This is like fantasy, and this is like pushing the limits, and you have all these people telling you that you're nuts and that there's no way, and that there's no way you can make these things happen. And then I'm here to tell you the complete opposite. Don't listen to those lower level people. That's not the way this is working. If you haven't noticed, there's no such thing as coincidence on the planet, and if you're watching this video, then you were guided here for a reason. So let's go through the debriefing. Cloakers. Cloakers are very important to the emerging spiritual leaders that are coming forth. And I'm supposed to name these people, and I don't know any of them, so this is very a little odd sometimes, but I just, from everything going on in my life, I just have to trust it. So, first and foremost, there's a contract that I'm waiting on that I find very interesting. I'm not exactly sure who is the one delivering this contract, but it's a contract that is much needed, and that it will propel everything that I'm about to say forward. Okay, first and foremost, there is an empress on the rise. Her name is Jamila. And Miss Jamila has a very specific role on this planet, and I'm supposed to give her a shout out and to acknowledge her, that she's absolutely right in her vision and that she's absolutely right in what she sees. By the way, I and you apparently at some point were cross paths, which I find very, very egoish to say, but that's what I was told. You apparently like something about now and laters, and there was a vision I had where we were switching now and laters. I like blue, apparently you like red or pink or something to that color. I don't know if that's true. That's just a vision I had, but I thought it was kind of funny. There is just one little block there, and it will just take a moment of clarity for that to come to be removed, and then that friendship is something that will be apparently lifelong. We have similar signatures, only your role is very, very specific, and you know what it is, and you are a big leader. You're a rising leader in a way that only you and, well, I guess me. Well, I mean, I can't be the only one. But anyway, moral story is, girl, you are gonna be ruling some shit. Okay. Natalie at the Artigan. Natalie at the Artigan has a very specific task, and I can't go into specifics because I don't actually know what it is that she's working on with the Artigan, but it's going to play a very important part in the world at large. It's very something interesting that's very Capricornian, which of course is kind of a block to me because I'm a Cancerian. But I'm being ushered into a Capricornian mindset. The office, if you will, that I seem to have inherited from my ancestors is one that sits between political and religious. You see, spirituality is undergoing a massive revolution, and many of you are aware of it. The thing that's interesting about it is that it does not marry itself to any title. Titles are egoish. It's gone. It's no longer of service to the world at large, and many of you are struggling with the God concept. So here's the thing. God, Allah, or whoever you pray to is an office. It is an office that sits very much as the heart of the universe. And so whether you believe in God or not is irrelevant to the point. The point is that there is an office of universal law and universal the laws of attraction and just general things that you need to be aware of. Now, the interesting part is because we are moving into the Aquarian age very, very quickly, there are unions that are taking place right now, actually in current time, that are very, very important to the signature of the planet itself. See, Gaia is going sacred. By the way, I'm supposed to point out this one person. Those of you who are elders, chosen, or just leaders in the spiritual world, gurus and all of that, there is a man on the Gaia channel, I think it is. I don't know. I don't get this channel. But he apparently is able to tap into our pasts, and he helps us revisit to know exactly who we are. That is not accidental. That is another point that I need to make. The people in place that are in plain sight that have had their own kingdoms and their own things built, please understand that they may not appear to you as being relevant on this end, but on a 5D, 4D level, they are like kings and emperors. These are people who appear in the 3D very humble and are now stepping into a situation where it's going to completely flip on them, and it's already happened to me in various ways. I am a masculine Leo and a feminine Cancer. That is my DNA genetic line. That is who I am, and it's who I've been for quite some time. I had to remember, but it's part of the process. You're going to be led down a path to find all of the different aspects of yourself, and you're going to have to figure out on your own whether or not those people in your past, in the history of your ancestry, are you or not. And the way that you're going to find out is you're going to find key traits that are quirky to you and only you, that you only thought that would be odd if anybody else ever had it. Lo and behold, you're going to find that it's the same traits that are held by each of these key people in your past. Remember, we are moving into an era in which you are to let go of the past, you are to learn, absorb, and move on into the present. The future is irrelevant to you at this point. The future has not happened yet, because the future is just the present and continuation. It is not a factor. It is an illusion. You are to work on your present state of life. Okay. This man on the Gaia channel, I think it's called, is apparently able to not only get you to exactly who you are and who you are meant to be here, because you're going to share something specific that's going to give you a key indication of what consciousness you're tapping into. Remember, consciousness is universal. Everything on the planet is interconnected with everything else. And if you find that to be hippy-dippy, then you have a very long, complicated road ahead of you. This is not a time for ego. This is not a time for competition. This is a time for working together. You are either part of the team or you are not. And they will move you out of the frequency that you are supposed to be at very, very quickly. There is no animosity and there's no bullshit allowed at the master level. So if you are moving into an elder, and even if you are not a master, you will instantly have gotten it because you've mastered something. You may not remember it. This man will play a key part for some of you. Those of you who are not psychic, you are doing this kind of blindly, and so you're not yet sure of how this is going to work out. But you feel the hooves and you feel the breath on the back of your neck. I'm here to tell you that it is happening now. You are stepping into your power. The Artigan is a very interesting thought process. It's a part of the consciousness that is very specific to Natalie, who has a vision for the planet. And as an Artigan, I still don't even know what it is yet. It's my first year as the Artigan. But I'm quickly being bombarded with a lot of downloads that is still kind of new to me. So forgive me, Natalie. I know that there are psychic things that I'm receiving from you, but I honestly don't have. I prefer if you would sometimes send me an email, girl, because by the time I cipher through all of the downloads I'm getting, it's getting a little complicated to keep up with this. It's becoming like an email clog in my head. So if you could do me a favor, if I send you an email, just respond to the email. I'm doing the work that you're asking me to do psychically, but by the time that I get it, I'm missing information. I didn't even know I was part of the Artigan until you sent me that last email. So please, keep that in mind. Chris, I don't know how you and I are connected, but we are. And I'm supposed to put your name on blast. Chris Cagle. I don't know how we're connected. I don't know why we're so connected, but you and I are connected. I'm supposed to ask you what you know, and then that should open the conversation piece for that part of the journey. That's all they said to me. I don't know. I don't ask any more questions. This universal consciousness that I'm tapped into, it's a very interesting. It's very. Do you know, like, we always wondered why military is such a big thing, and why it's like a constant universal law? Because it's the universe. It's the way that it speaks. It's very loving in the office of God, if you will, as a heart. That is the heart of the universe. But the brain of the universe operates in a very 1, 2, 3 precision, because it gave me a list. And it actually made me laugh, because it totally explains me my whole cult experience. Because I got yelled at, and I just got butchered in this very military-esque organization, and I never understood why I had to go through that until now, because the universe is very. This is what you're going to say. This is how you're going to dress. This is what you're going to do. Understand? Acknowledge? Go on. Okay. So that's kind of how they speak to me. So, the office of the Hierophant, and they're making me say that again. You know what? At this point, I'm starting to get comfortable with it, which is kind of weird, because this is what I'm supposed to explain. So, the office of the Hierophant is literally a freestanding, it's not even a thing. It literally is just a mindset. It's a part of the consciousness that stands apart from religion, acknowledges the purpose of religion, studies the different aspects to it, what its intentions are, what clues it has, and then delivers it to the seekers that are willing to do the work to understand what it is that I know. Fine. Bygones. It is what it is. Not my monkeys, not my show. Having said that, my life has been in a continuation of this particular study. It is something that no one else apparently has but me. Having said that, there are people that are equally, if not more important to this, to the general flip that's happening spiritually. Jamila is very key in this, and she knows it. There's also the girl who does the mind trip, who I cannot get enough of. Girl, I swear to God, I saw us shopping. I don't know how that plays a part to anything, but you and I went shopping, girl. But anyway, back to the Artigan and Chris. Chris, I don't know how or what it is that you know, but you know something, and I'm supposed to ask you what it is, because here's the thing. We are supposed to, when you're psychic, you can tap into almost all sorts of things, but there are certain things that you're not supposed to tap into until you are greenlit to do so, right? There are coordinates and people that are registering on my radar that I don't understand who they are yet, but I know that their signature is coming closer and closer to me. Fine, bygones, not my monkeys, not my show. Chris, yours is very specific and very important for whatever reason. So you have that key, just like Natalie has a key. Jamila has a key. Everybody has their own department and their own functionality they're supposed to be working on. So the Office of the Hierophant literally plays a communication liaison. I don't have to even talk to you guys. A lot of this is coming to me psychically and from the universe in general. So it's not like I'm anything more important than anybody else. That's not how this works. This is just literally the role that I was assigned. And whatever it is, it's just a very important role in the sense that what I'm doing is I'm helping raise the vibration universally. It's the collective. You are in the age of the Aquarian, which is all about collective teamwork. You are to check on each other. Chandler, where the fuck are you, girl? I'm supposed to put you on blast. Now, here's the interesting part about Chandler. There is a part of me that knows that she's been asked to kind of remove herself for a moment to let things play out the way they need to play out because of how gifted she is. To me, she's closer to a sacred seer, but I don't know if that's her consciousness that she's tapping into. All I know is that she was the trigger that started my evolution to my role. So I know that she has a lot of power and a lot of information that she is holding, but she's not been seen. And so the interesting part is she's safe. She's protected. But she's doing, you know what I mean? So I just want to make sure that she's okay, because without her, I can't be me. It could not have started this evolution, right? I'm not saying, where everybody's responsible for themselves. All right. Leo, the Lion King. I call you the Lion King. Leo, the King, Leo King. You sexy motherfucker. So here's the thing about him. He makes me laugh. And the funny part is I haven't been able to see his show. He does a really amazing, he does a lot of really good work. But he does it so natural to him. Sorry, I'm surrounded by nature, so there's all these little bugs that keep coming out. Oh, I'm supposed to go into that in a minute, too. So, you and I are going to, somehow we befriend each other at some point. And it's going to be in a weird way. They didn't exactly show me all of the information, but I'm just supposed to say, hey, sexy motherfucker, what you doing? Straight as can be, from what I understand. Not my monkeys, not my show. I'm not worried about that. But he cracks me up. So, very, very gifted man. And then who else am I supposed to give a shout out to? Oh, Adelina. Adelina, baby. I know that you're going through some stuff right now. But I'm supposed to reach out to you. And since I don't know how to actually reach you by email anymore, I'm just supposed to ask you if you're okay. And I'm supposed to ask you when you plan on coming back. That's all they said to me. And it's a very interesting way that they phrased it, because there was no assumption that you would be back on YouTube. In fact, YouTube, warning, warning, there are other networks that are approaching quite quickly on your territory. And the interesting part is that part of my project, part of what I need to do in mission, involves YouTube. So I'm just supposed to put that out there. The videos that the commercials that you're bombarding that are running concurrently through people who did not pay for the premium, you are alienating those people further and further away from you. I'm just telling you right now. It's going to be a problem in the not so near future for you. So just cut that shit out, and then you should be okay. You are still number one in every way, shape, or form. And you probably are going to get pissed that I even brought it up, but that's not my monkey's not my show. I don't care if you get mad at me. That's not what I'm doing. Okay, so that's all the business side of it, right? Oh no, Gaia. There is something there's a project that I want to work with Gaia. But the interesting part is that I'm being pulled back to the Winfrey Perry thing. And so I don't know exactly what it is, because it's very hush-hush. But yet they still wanted me to put my name in there. And it's very funny, because I still don't know if they know who the fuck I am. Although I will say that I've reached out to 2 people. Here's how there's an interesting part. There was something that was given to me that's like a timeline. So there's a contract I'm waiting on that has to do with the development deal, that has to do with spirituality. That much I know. I get that part. But part of the proceeds from that is for me to pay for a mentorship of someone that I'm completely attached to, and I don't know how. JT. He is a business tycoon who's amazing, and I have nothing but respect for him. So you see, I'm supposed to be very honest and very matter of fact, because the office that I'm apparently inheriting is non-egoish, non self-centered. It's not a narcissistic thing. It is literally everything is up front, everything is audible, everything, like, there's not going to be any secrets. And the reason that that's so important is because we're trying to raise the vibration. And so the more that we obscure what we're trying to do, that people have this ability to conspire and to say things about our shit, and then I'm just like not playing that. My little empire that I'm building is more related to spirituality and has less to do with me. The way that I make my money from this whole thing is not going to be a direct response from contracts or whatever. A lot of what I'm going to be doing is going to be going right back into the cause, the collective, into working together. It's not, I have been harping on everybody to show up for mission since I guess it was November, or actually it was October. October, I really started to get this feeling that, because we started to get the harvest, the first initial big harvest from a lot of ships that we sent out spiritually, and they started to return, and I watched as everybody started to just accept it, but not do the work required of the next level. Well, here's the thing. You don't have an option anymore. Time is moving faster and faster and faster. Remember, the deadline is the 2024 is going to be a supreme year for who the masters are, and as they present themselves, it will be world seen. That is the vision. That is the download. You don't have to believe me. If you don't, this is not for you. I'm not here to suck your dick. I'm not here to be nice to you. I'm giving you the information so that you can factor in how you play a part in all of this. No one is more important than you. Not one being on this planet. Not Oprah Winfrey, not me, not Natalie, not Jamila, not God. Nobody is more important than anyone else. This is about us all factoring into the universal consciousness. What is your role? What is the brain cell that you are operating through? What is it that you're supposed to be doing? Factor that in and see how you fit into the collective. And the closer you realign yourself, the quicker things start to move for you. Okay. So, speaking of that, how do I phrase this part of it? The masters are back. We know this. And they're watching us. It is not your task. I love when that happens. It's like verification. It is not your task to try to figure out who they are. They will present themselves to you when it's your time to meet them. Very, very important. You are to worry about your consciousness because some of you are not aware that you are a returning master. Some of you do not know yet who you are. There's still a lot blocked out in my timeline as well. And that's because I'm told that when it's time, we will be shown. This is about temperance. This is about balance. This is about you being able to handle it. The day that I spent with God at the zoo, I find that so funny still. It was a great day. The way that it was phrased to me, and this is how I know that it's affecting all of the elders and all of the chosen, is I got clearly a question. Are you ready for this? And without missing a beat, I finally said, yeah. This is not an easy path, y'all. This is not going to be easy. You are going to be blessed beyond blessed, but understand where there's the sweets, there are the sours. Yes, we were carrying Christ consciousness. Now we don't have to carry it by ourselves. This is now being handed off. We are now carrying other consciousness. Understand that karmic debt is a very interesting part. It almost has an implication that we haven't yet really dealt with our karmic debt, that we've been carrying the universal karmic debt. So ask yourself, as you get all these blessings, are you in alignment with who you're supposed to be? If you are somebody who occasionally does drugs, fine, be it. That's your thing. Everybody has their thing. Atlantis did not fail because of the fact that it was, a hedonistic place. It failed because it was out of balance. It literally was all hedonistic and no work. And don't get it twisted. This little job that I have right now, I have maybe a day left at the server position that I have, is the way to inform me. I don't know how this is all going to play out because I'm not going anywhere without money. Like, I did not fight tooth and nail to get back up on my feet, to just walk away from it. So I'm doing practical endeavors, but it has to do with this honest conversation we're having right now. A lot of keys are turning right now because of the frankness of how this came to me. Okay. And I have to trust it. And here's the interesting part. I have never trusted anything more in my life. There was such a long phase of my existence, this like 41 years of me battling with who I was and letting people talk me out of my wealth, letting people talk me out of my heart, letting people talk me out of being giving and always saying, well, if you don't protect yourself first, you can never give to anybody else. No, baby. No. That's not how it works. You never overgive more than yourself. You keep a balance of it. But again, $3 come in, $2 can go out. Your inability to think of anyone else beside yourself is going to hinder you in this process. I'm just warning you. Now, this month is super quiet for a lot of you. There's a lot of internal monologuing going on, and there's a lot of struggle. Children of Earth are being called back to Earth. I've said it before. You're being called to deal with your earthbound relationship with Gaia, and you are being told to harvest and help her and do what you need to do. And if you struggle against it, if you are money hungry or you're stuck in a phase where you feel stuck, you are going to be shoved in a way that you're not going to like. Look what happened to me. Now here's the interesting part. If your ego's involved, you're going to look at it from the standpoint of, I did something wrong, therefore they needed to no. See, when you work for the office of the universal God, or whatever you want to consider it, you lead by example. So if you're not willing to do the work, then you can't do this. So don't come to me the wrong way. This is not like an ego thing. I had to go through this so that no one can take it from me. This is about you stepping into your power and stepping into it wholeheartedly. The reason no one helped me with any one of the 3 books, which is now going to be very important to a lot of you, is because it wasn't meant to happen that way. I had to do it myself. Why? Because nobody can take anything from me. Yes, life has been hard for you. It's been shit after shit after shit after shit. How do we know? Because now there's a shortage on fucking toilet paper because everybody's worried about this coronavirus. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? That was a hoax from Australia and it spread worldwide. Y'all look hella stupid right now to the universe. We're just like, this is Y2K all over again. While you're distracted by what's going on over here, to something that doesn't affect you, if you're under the age of 60, what the fuck are you worried about? It's a cold. You are pandemicking yourself into complete distraction from what you need to be doing. And ask yourself, what is happening while you're looking over there? Truth. See, like I said, these meetings, this little downloads that I keep getting are like meetings. These are like straight up military-esque. This is what you're going to do. This is how you're going to do it. Fine. Not my monkeys, not my show. It doesn't bother me. That's the interesting part. But I've spent a lot of time trying to prove myself. I don't have to prove anything to anybody anymore. And neither do you. And that's the key message you need to take away from this. Okay. I'm being reminded of the Oprah thing again. It's a really awesome project, by the way. It's a very spiritual thing. Anyway, bygones. So, and the interesting part is I even consider, like, The fact that I even consider it plausible that I might even actually be part of something like this is so funny to me. The consciousness that I'm a part of, that's settling in, has given me a very specific timeline. By my birthday, I will be home. Now, the lower end scale of this would say, okay, if you're heading home, that's death. That means you're going to God. No. You remember, this is Ascension, so you are ascending for the first time in physical form. So you're returning back to yourself. Remember, everybody has God consciousness. Everybody has Christ consciousness. Everybody has Buddha consciousness. You have access to all these consciousness. It is up to you what you do and what your task is here. If you are supposed to be working with Buddha consciousness, you are going to meet Buddha. It's very simple. You think that these people are like superheroes. They're not. These are people that were born and did their task. They did their mission. And think about the fact that we say it in those terms. You are here to serve mission. You are in a military-esque environment, whether you like it or not. Whether it's experiment, or whether it's God, or whether it's nature, or whether it's a blah, 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 blah. You are so busy being distracted by the stupid shit that you're not, that for all the superfluous, you're not seeing the prize, which is you. You have the ability to walk into Eden. That is a mindset. That is something that I am walking into right now. That is something that I can offer guidance to, but at the end of the day, only you can decide what you're going to do. Coronavirus it's not your karmic debt. This is your parents' karmic debt that they must pay. That is their problem. They caused this. And that's really harsh, because a lot of people are still asleep and they don't know that they did anything. But here's the thing, nothing is accidental. And if you still think that that's harsh or accident, then I'm not for you. I'm not here to stroke your ego. I'm here to remind you who you are and to get this going. Because we have huge tasks ahead of us. There is a lot more to come behind this. Next year alone is going to be fucking incredible. It's going to be, for many people, a disastrous year. But for a lot of us, it's going to be an amazing year. It's all perspective. Get your shit together. Clean your side of the street. Let's get going. If you are still confused as to how this affects you, then ask yourself, what is it that you are being drawn to right at this moment? There is something that is now off balance in your life, something that is dramatically shifting. Whether it's your home, then you're supposed to be seeking home. If it's that your kids are out of control, then you have done something. You fixed the kid. Assess where your big problems are, because they're indicating to you a flashing light going, this way, this way. And so if you're not psychic, and if you're unable to tap into this consciousness yet, remember, it's not a race. And maybe you're not meant to be that consciousness. Maybe you're just meant to have a very, very spiritual awakening. Maybe you are meant to just, whatever it is, only you know the answer for yourself. But the one thing that I will say is be very cautious of how you speak to others, especially elders. And I don't know how else to phrase this. I saw something that really kind of unnerved me. Somebody had been sending me really, really negative thoughts. Somebody that was a past life soulmate. And I had never really registered this person was so evil to me. I never actually had known it. I was blind. And they stepped in. And when I say they stepped in, I mean, like, it's not pleasant to watch. I didn't do anything to this person. But it's because of the conscious level that we're at. Be aware of what you say and how you say things to other people. And be especially aware of how you speak to your children, specifically, and how your animals are reacting around you. If your fucking dog needs doggy Prozac, you need to get an alignment fast. They are like children. They are picking up on your sensitivity. They are picking up on your emotional unbalancing. So understand that you're now picking up karma that you're giving to the animals. The more stressed that your animals are, and if it's not you, then it's the environment you live in. It's another indication to move. You are being redirected. Follow the redirection. If you don't, it is going to be catastrophic, and you're not going to like it. And you're going to blame everybody else for something that you knew was coming. Well, the tough shit. It's not my problem. It's not God's problem. It's not the universe's problem anymore. This is about uplifting humanity. This planet is going sacred. You are becoming a sacred being. You came down here into the swamps, into the marshes, a boot camp. And now you're bitching and moaning that you don't like it. Well, cut your fucking hair. Take off your dick if you're a big-ass pussy, and then go do something else. Stop whining about it. Because they're getting sick of it. Like the briefing I got was very, 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 like, enough. You have everything that you need to make this work. Why aren't you facing your demons? Every fear that you have is going to materialize. Why? Because you're adding extra fire to something that is needing to be water, like to be put out. And so the more that you add that, the more it builds soot. And the soot sits on the earth and it pulls it down. We're supposed to be uplifting the air. You're supposed to be boiling the water, and it's supposed to be turning into vapors and steam and rising. This is about going up, not going down. I swear half the time it feels like they're yelling, but luckily my ego's not in there, so I'm just kind of like, okay, I got it. The funny part is that this is all very amusing to me now. And that's an interesting switch that happens when you are ascending, is that you can't help but laugh. Do you know that yesterday they made me go dancing? They made me get, well, they didn't make me get drunk. They recommended that I go out and be social again. I got wasted. The interesting part is that the way that I have overcome my addictions is by doing it alone. You see, hermit work is super important to your evolution. Because if you depend on alright for that. Depending on crutches like Arcanon or whatever it is, the reason I say it's a crutch is because you're then going to rely on them keeping you sober, but so then you're not taking accountability. Now, mind you, that these are not easy things to do, and a lot of people say it's a disease. It's not a fucking disease. A disease is a disease. This is a mental thing. This is something that you need to conquer. So stop being a pussy about it and conquer it. Having said that, it was the hardest fucking work I've ever done in my life. And it was not easy. It was not something pleasurable. In fact, it leveled my life over and over again until I got the message, and then I had to keep going. This is Ascension, guys. It's not fun. But it's funny as hell when you get on this side, you're just like, what the fuck was I bitching about? Like, it's not that bad. You know, but I had to do it myself. I wasn't allowed to have any crutches, so that's another thing. Be aware of that. I'm not judging you, by the way. If you are needing the crutch of being in an organization that helps you, then that's fine. This is not a race. But I'm saying to you, as you ascend, it's going to be a task you must master. You must get control of it on your own. And it's going to require hermit work. So just be aware of that. If I ever come across like I'm judging, please understand that I'm not. I don't judge anybody, because at the end of the day, there but the grace of God go I. I have done everything that you've done, and I've had to overcome it in a way that's very, 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 very dramatic and all full of, like, you know, I'm gay. So, you know, it had to have some flair to it. So, but when I blow up, like if I have a meltdown, like that's one of the things that that I was tempered on. I carry a lot of power. A lot of power. And so when someone pushes that button and I get triggered beyond a regular trigger, something that's, I blow up the building, and now it blows up the neighborhood. It's like a very, very, it's like, and when I say that karma is immediate, like if I do that, it's like immediate, and I pay the bill fast. Like, it's not cute. It is not cute. But so that's the task, right? So what else? What else am I supposed to speak about? Oh, mastership. So, as a master step forward, understand that many of them are already part of your life. That's all I'm supposed to tell you. All of them are already visible, except one, and he's watching quietly from a mountain. That's all I'm going to tell you. Now, you are tasked with following the breadcrumbs and finding out who you are. And you're supposed to go through esotericism. You're supposed to go through all of the Enlightenment era. You're supposed to go through the Renaissance, follow the clues that are posted all through the depictions that were part of that, because we're going into a new Renaissance. Learn what you need to learn so that you can see the clues all around you. And this is where this gets interesting. Now comes the fun part. I get to do something that I always wanted to do. I can't sing for shit. But that's not the point of this. Part of the warriors that we're looking for, and I said we, because now I'm involved in this, but that we're looking for are people who can do what? Raise the vibration of the planet. Well, how do you do that in turmoil? You sing, and you dance, and you make an ass of yourself, because guess what? It makes you laugh. And when you laugh, your vibration goes up. And when you make other people laugh, their vibration goes up. And then everybody is singing and humming and doing their... So here's what I'm going to say. You want to be a warrior? You want to get involved in this? Every day at noon, we're going to meet for the next a couple days, I guess. And we're going to dance together. And we're going to do it through headphones so that nobody else sees what we're doing. And only us will know what the lyrics are to what we're doing. And so they won't hear it. It's like being at a silent rave. And you're going to do it in public. And you're going to do it till you get comfortable. Because then that means your ego is gone. Build your confidence. Let's go. So, the first one we're going to do is, I'm just going to tell you the name of it. It's up to you if you're going to join in, because it's kind of funny. But the first round I'm going to do is something that they wanted me to say to you through music. And it's because a lot of you keep saying that you don't get messages from God, or that you don't know what's happening, or that you can't figure out what the universe is trying to tell you. And I'm going to call your bullshit on it right fucking now. So, there are 2 songs that you're going to hear the words to through me. And I don't promise a rose garden in the sound, but you're going to understand why they wanted me play these two songs to you. Now, and then we're going to dance, and you're going to see how ridiculous we look. Now, the first one is a song that has been on the radio for a minute now. It's by one of the chosen ones. Her name is Katy Perry. Now, Katy Perry has a very interesting track record, and it's up to you to follow the songs that speak to spirituality back to the beginning and understand how long God's been trying to talk to you. And then look at me and tell me that, oh, I didn't know. Yes, you did. She's been around for quite some time now, and she stands in a position of power. But the interesting part about her is she's understated, and the reason is because you didn't know until I'm telling you right now that she's one of them. The song is called Rise, so listen to the words carefully. I won't just survive. Oh, you will see me thrive. Can't write my story. I'm beyond the archetype. I won't just conform. No matter how you shake my core. 'Cause my roots, they run deep. And here come the angels. Oh, ye of little faith, don't doubt it, don't doubt it. Victory is in your veins. I know it, and I will not negotiate. I'll fight it, I will transform. When the fire's at my feet again, and the vultures all start circling, they whisper in, you're out of time, but still I rise. This is no mistake, no accident. When you think the final nail is in, think again. Don't be surprised, I will still rise. I must stay on chain through the madness and chaos. So I call on my angels. They say, oh, ye of little faith, don't doubt it, don't doubt it. Victory is in my veins. I know it, and I will not negotiate. I'll fight it, I will transformed. When the fire's at my feet again, and the vultures all start circling, they whisper in, still out of time, but still we rise. This is no mistake, no accident. When you think the final nail is in, think again. Don't be surprised, I will still rise. Don't doubt it. But you know it, still rise. Just fight it, and don't be surprised, I will still rise. I throw my name in there because I think it's kind of more powerful. And then here's another song. And so this is so funny that they wanted me to play these songs because everybody's been bitching about they didn't know or they don't get the messaging. These songs have been around for a while. This is not new. This one's a little bit newer, but I want you to hear the words because some of you are coming into holy union under God in His office. And those are the chosen ones that are coming into union. Listen to the words. It's Christina Aguilera and Great Big World. Fall on me. Sooner or later, the lights up above will come down in circles and guide me to love. I don't know what's right for me. I cannot see straight. I've been here too long and I don't want to wait for it. Fly like a cannonball straight to my soul. Tear me to pieces and make me feel whole. I'm willing to fight for it. To feel something new, to know what it's like to be sharing this space with you. Fall on me with open arms. Fall on me from where you are. Fall on me with all your light. With all your light. And this is where it affects you coming into union, guys. Christina. Sooner or later it all comes apart. The worlds are all shattered, I'm back at the start. I'm willing to follow this wherever it goes. The heart has its reasons that nobody knows, and I wanna believe in a world we can't see. Millions of particles coursing through me, and I know there's a reason. I feel it, I swear. I can't see the future, but I know that it's there. Fall on me with open arms. Fall on me from where you are. Fall on me with all your light. With all your light. With all... Oh, I can't hit that note, sorry. Your light. With all your light. Close my eyes, and I'm seeing you everywhere. Thank you, Gaia. And I'm breathing you in the air. Isn't that pretty? I can feel you there. Fall on me with open arms. Fall on me. Fall on me with all your light. With all your light. With all your light. With all your light. I'm trying to remember if I know all the words to this one. But this song has been around since God had sperm, so I don't want to hear that you didn't know this one. This is Queen Bee, Halo. Don't tell me that you didn't know that was a message from God, huh? Or about you, This is about true love. The love of yourself ushers in the love of another person. That doesn't complete you, they meet you. Remember those walls I built? Well, baby, they're tumbling down. And they didn't even put up a fight. They didn't even make a sound. I swear to let you in, but I never really had it down. It's standing in the light of your halo. I got my angel now. It's like I've been awakened. Every rule I had you breaking. It's a risk that I'm taking. I'm never gonna shut you out. Everywhere I'm looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace. And baby, I can see your halo. I will safe in grace. You're everything I needed more. It's written all over your face. Baby, I can see your halo. Play won't fade away. I can feel your halo. I can see your halo.
hit me like a ray of sun, burning through the darkest night. You're the only one that I want. I think I'm addicted to your light. I swear I never fall again, but this don't even feel like falling. Gravity takes its place, put me right through the ground. It's like I've been awakened. Every rule I had you breaking. It's a risk that I'm taking. I'm never gonna shut you out. Everywhere I'm looking now, surrounded by your embrace. A rainbow fade away. Halo, halo, halo. Everywhere I'm looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace. You know what saving grace. You're everything I need and more. It's written all over your face. Baby, I can feel your halo. I can feel your halo. Alright, so this one's a little bit much for me to sing, but God really, really likes, well, the universe really likes the vibration this causes, I guess, because the way that I do my routine now is that they have me really pumping like running and exercising, and there's certain foods that I can't eat anymore, and I'm still eating meat, but I'm being more responsible about it. I have to balance it with vegetables, and then I go without eating all the time. You don't have to eat everything on the planet, guys, and so that's part of the balancing. So like I'm being put on a diet, and I'm the last person that needs to be on a diet, but you see what I'm saying. So, but this song has been around for I'd say about 6 years or so at the very least. And it speaks to the time that we're in now. And so this is something that they really enjoy me singing. So forgive the sound of it if it doesn't come out right, because I'm not a singer. That's not necessarily, I mean, it might be a developing gift, but it's definitely not one now. But this is something that speaks to, don't say that you didn't know what was coming. Don't say that you couldn't feel the vibration. And you'll understand with the words to this song why it is so uplifting to the universe. Because it speaks to hope and it speaks to faith. And that is what this is all about. Do you have the faith to see this through? It is by Faith Hill. It is called There Will Come a Day. By the way, they jukebox my on my YouTube every day. I go in and I pick a playlist, and it's a playlist random, and it's always God's favorites. It's always. You don't believe me? Try it. Listen to the words. It's not easy trying to understand how the world can be so cold, stealing the souls of a man. Cloudy skies rain out on all your dreams. You wrestle with the fear and doubt. Sometimes it's hard, but you gotta believe there's a better place where our Father waits, and every tear He'll wipe away. The darkness will be gone, the weak shall be strong. Hold on to your faith. There has come this day. Remember, are you being initiated or are you being judged? It's up to you how you see the world now. Wars are raging, lives are scattered, innocence is lost, and hope hopes are shattered. The old are forgotten. The children are forsaken. In this world we're living in, is there anything sacred? There's a better place where our Father waits, and every tear He'll wipe away. The darkness will be gone, the weak shall be strong. Hold on to your faith, there will come a day. Alright, let's see if I can do this part. The sun will bring out down those golden streets, and the voices of earth with the angels will sing. Every knee will bow, sin will have no trace, in the glory of His amazing grace. Every knee will bow, sin will have no trace, in the glory of His amazing grace. There has come this day. Come a day. I know there's coming a day, coming a day. Ooh. Now, this last song is one that I don't know how none of you know this song, but this is about struggle. This is about what it means to ascend. This is what it's all about. This song by itself is what enlightenment is. So don't again say that you didn't know. Okay? Listen to the words carefully. Sorry, you gotta wait for the commercial. By the way, YouTube, if you're gonna do that, why don't you give people who have a channel the option to not have to pay to get the commercials removed? Just putting that out there. Because it slows me down. Okay. It's called Top of the World by Dixie Chicks. And if you can look at me after this and tell me that you don't understand what this means. I wished I was smarter. I wished I was stronger. I wished I loved Jesus the way my wife does. I wished it had been easier instead of any longer. I wished I could have stood where you'd have been proud. That won't happen now. That won't happen now. There's a whole lot of singing's never gonna be heard, disappearing every day without so much as a word somehow. Think I broke the wings off that little songbird. She's never gonna fly to the top of the world right now. Top of the world. I don't have to answer any of these questions. Don't have no God to teach me no lessons. I come home in the evening and sit in my chair. One night they call me for supper. But I never got up. I stayed right there in my chair. There's a whole lot of singing's never gonna be heard, disappearing every day without so much as a word somehow. Think I broke the wings of that little songbird. She's never gonna fly to the top of the world right now. The sun feels so good. Let's go vitamin D, y'all. Start going back out there. I wish I'd have known you. I wish I'd have shown you all of the things I was on the inside. I pretend to be sleeping when you come in the morning to whisper goodbye, to go to work in the rain. I don't know why, don't know why. 'Cause everyone's singing, we just wanna be heard, disappearing every day without so much as a word somehow. I sound like a dog, huh? We're gonna grab a hold of that little songbird, take her for a ride to the top of the world right now. If you ever get to hear the music to this song, I know this is all lyrics focused, but sometimes you just have to hear the music to understand the vibration that you're supposed to meet and then exceed it. Push your energy up, 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 and see the strain in your body as you do it. And feel the channeled energy. Raise your vibration so high that you can touch God's hand reaching down for you. Reach that level and push. That is what cloaking is. That is what the elders are doing. That is what love does. That is what life is about. Push the energy and let it go positively. It's called alchemizing. Whoa, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, oh. To the top of the world, 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 to the top of the world. They want me to stop there. So, what does this all mean? Your task is clear. See through the veils of illusion. We are in the middle of a pandemic that is about a cold, that is about karma, that is due to a larger, older generation. It is not our judgment or our position to even say whether it's right or wrong. We're just supposed to understand it, record it, and keep our balance. If you are unable to do that, then find your center. Center your energies. Use music, sing, dance. Dance is super important. That is supposed to be the next phase of this video, but I don't have the battery on my phone. It's a good way of the universe indicating that this is enough for now. This is enough for a beginning start. You are building your momentum. And when you dance and when you act a fool and you raise your vibration, you can do it in a way that tension is gone. Release the tension. You're alchemizing. Your energy level is what you create. It's who you are. It's what you send out to the world. Who are you? What are you doing here? What is it you want to be known for? What is your legacy? What are you here to do? Snap it up. If you can't do it, jump. I love that song Till the World Ends because I find it hysterical as shit right now. Everybody's like, oh my god, we're all gonna die from a cold. Yes, we're all gonna die from a fucking cold. Don't forget to wipe your ass extra hard. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And so it's super comical. So, of course, my favorite song right now is Till the World Ends by Britney Spears. Because I'm just like jumping and jumping and jumping and jumping and raising my vibration. You know what it's called? Mayans, Aztecs, Indians, all of these cultures raise their vibration. You were thinking they look like idiots. You look like the idiot. You're freaking out over toilet paper. Jump. Let it go. Exercise. If you can't see your dick, you're going to suffer through the diabetic epidemic like you've never suffered before. You may lose your limbs. You may lose your life, but that's up to you. I am not your mother. I'm not your nanny. I'm just your friend. In the sense that I'm just here to give you the messages from the universe. Whether you like me or not is irrelevant to my life. It is not of my signature. The people that I named that I want to work with, Leo at Actualize.org, Natalie at the Artigan, who's a mentor, Chris, still want to know how you factor into this, buddy, but I know you do. JT Fox, definitely going to be my mentor. Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, working on something really specific that I really want to be a part of. Only they know it as Gaia Channel. There's a dude on there that can talk, that can help you reach all the way in the past and figure out who you are. That is talent. That is an elder. That is who you are looking to follow if they speak to you. But it all requires you to actually buy into what you're encountering. So here's the deal. Are you going to die from a cold? No. So what the fuck are you doing at home? Tonight, go out and you dance. Go out and party like you've never partied before. If that is drugs, as long as you can keep yourself in check, that's not my fucking business. It's not God. God's not sitting here going, don't do that. Because otherwise he wouldn't give us the option to do it. It's free will. But if you lose your control, then that's on you. You're going back to the beginning of the line. Start all over again. That's up to you. That's not my problem. But you do have the requirement of going out and raising the vibration of the planet. It is up to you. Lead by example. Go out there. Do what I'm doing tonight. I have to work. Here's the thing. When I say that this life has been a little difficult sometimes, I am still right now working, slaving away as a server, running up and down these fucking steps, killing myself. But you know what's interesting? It reminds me I'm alive. And so even though this is all coming to an end right now, and it's going to come in a very abrupt way, that's fine. As long as I'm walking from one door into another fucking door, and I don't have to go through this shit anymore, which I don't. Because it took my conscious brain to say, I don't need to suffer anymore. I am not Christ consciousness. I am not carrying everybody else's burden. I have relinquished my karmic debt. Now I'm stepping through this fucking door, and I'm doing from one thing to the other. So everything is now going into manifestation mode. Everything is now moving, and it's like not stopping, right? It's just going. Time is moving up. Things are catching up with itself. I'm being given downloads that you have no idea. I know things that none of you know yet, and I'm just sitting here and I'm like, okay. Here's what you're going to do. All of you are going to get this. All of you who are spiritually ascending, you are going to get this process, and you're going to be moving and moving and moving and moving and moving. There's no place for fat people. Sorry, I hate to hurt your fucking feelings, but lose fucking weight. You're not going to make it otherwise. Why? Because diabetes is going to sweep. And then on top of it, you put yourself in situations where you're not clean. And there's all this other stuff. My mom died from this. I cannot say that I'm not judging anybody, because my mom, you know, she was overweight. She hit menopause and she had diabetes at the same fucking time. It killed her. But it was also related to a cult. There's all this stuff going on. You have choices to make. Are you in or are you out? It's like the mob. Are you going to do this, or are you going to bitch about it the entire fucking time? If you are, don't waste my time. If you want to contact me, this is how much they're pushing this. You can reach me by email at KAH, like it's K as in kite, A as in apple, H as in homosexual, M as in Mary, O as in Othello, O as in Othello, S, Sam. KAHMOOS at MSN.com. And if you really want to get a hold of me, if you are a business person or one of the people that I named that want to work with me, because I think it's about time we start talking to each other, it is 504-515-4412. It's the only time I'm going to put my fucking number out there. I don't care if you solicit me. I can just hang up the phone or block you. It's not, like, what is the problem here? What are you afraid of? What is it that you are running from? Because at this point, I'm running towards. Join me. Do it for yourself. Do it for your kids. Do it for the quality of life you want. You don't believe in God, then you're not going to get very far, because then this is just a bunch of shit happening to you and you're never going to survive what's coming. It requires faith. F-A-I-T-H. It's not coincidental to bitch. When I say bitch, I mean it endearingly. I say bitch about everybody, but I think it's kind of funny. So that wonderful woman, Faith Hill, what's her name? Faith. Dixie Chicks, what did they go through? Severe adversity, because they got this huge backlash for speaking their mind. It was called freedom of speech. And what did they do? They did a song called Ready to Not Be Nice. I'm not ready to be nice. Music plays a bigger part than you can ever know. You don't think that you're tapped into universal consciousness? Then why is it that all of those songs that I played speak to every one of you motherfuckers out there? It is universal consciousness. It's time to tap in, step up, and get this going. This is not a game. If you're thinking of in terms of games, you're still in competition. Your ego is still leading the team here. You're not part of this. I'm not speaking to you. I don't have time for you. You can't beat me because we're not playing. There's not a game here. I'm working with people. I'm a partner. I am someone that's going to be teaming up with amazing emperors and empresses. I have no time for your bullshit. I don't want to hear about that. I'm better at this or I'm then you are thinking with your ego. You cannot be part of this team. The one that I have in mind, that the universe has in mind, that we're putting together, because it is we. The moment you tap into the collective, it becomes we. And if you can't say we, then you're still living in ego because you're still thinking that you're not important enough to say that. I'm not saying it's my idea. All of this is still channeled energy from the universal consciousness. Don't get it twisted. So you may think it's you, but it's we, the collective, are moving forward. The planet is spinning out of control, and we're putting order back into it. How do we do it? We keep our energy up, and we do what we can. Tonight, go dancing. Tonight, go drinking. Tonight, all day today, go barbecuing. You got all these kids at home. Why aren't you throwing a fucking house party? Why aren't you fucking doing, like, what we call hurricane parties? Fucking coke it up. Whatever the fuck you want to do. I'm not your dad. But rejoice the life that you have, because you're being asked, do you want it? That is the question that you are being asked right now. Can you handle this? Because this is what is being asked of all of us. Are you ready for Eden? If you're not, you cannot do this. That's it for me on Alan Altruistic Channel. I feel like very soapboxy, so I'm going to stop there. Because, like, I don't like to channel that type of energy. And they know that. But I do respect the fact that I respect the process, so I'm not going to sit there and bitch it out. I'm not going to argue with it. I'm just going to do it. But I don't like being soapboxy. Trust me, I don't live in judgment. I'm completely the opposite of that. Any motherfucker that comes across me, I'm going to ask him questions to see if I don't understand something, and if I still don't get it, I'm not going to judge them. That I'm not God. I'm not God consciousness. I'm not Godhead. I am beyond that Godhead thing bullshit. I'm not worried about that. The office of God is going to be with me forever. I'm building arcs. You're building arcs. What is it you're carrying forward into the future of the world, Eden? If you can't get behind that, then you're not even remotely in this. You're not going to make it. It is up to you, every single individual on this planet, to decide if they're worth it. And if they are worth it, then why the fuck aren't you spiritual? Up to you guys. Anyway, that's it from me on Alan Altruistic Channel. Ooh, there's a lot of energy. I think I'm going to have to go work out. By the way, guys, dance tonight. Dance, 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 dance. Go barbecue. Go fucking live. The coronavirus is not your epidemic. It is not your problem. It is something that needs to play out the way it's playing out. And, instead of looking at like a downer, maybe some older people are ready to check out. Did you ever consider that? Everybody's all about euthanasia, but then when something happens where it's God-given, you're all like, oh my God, it's such a horrible... It's not that bad. It's a cold. And you're going to be inoculated. And there's a reason why it's coming. There's so much going on here. But your inability to see it is your downfall. So don't fall. This time, look up. Look up. Pull back. If you think just in terms of the world, if you were just saving this planet, you are not going to ascend very far. A sacred planet becomes a planet in the solar system that affects the universal consciousness. So until you can reach all the way back, like I had to do, and look at it from the universal standpoint, then this is going to be a short-sighted venture for you. You're going to be stuck in a phase where it's about vegan and it's about this, because you're thinking just in terms of the planet singularly. You are a collective consciousness. World within world within world within world within world. Are you a leader or are you a follower? Are you going to do this or are you going to puss out? If we're going to puss out, I'm not judging you. You're just not going to make it. I'm not going to see you in Eden. Sorry, I love you. I wish you the best. Include some of my family. Not my problem. Oh, and if you're one of those people that left me to die by myself again this lifetime, where you wouldn't even spare a dime or even a couch for me to, and now you're coming to me and you're kissing my ass and you're saying how much you miss me, you're dead to me. You don't register, and it's not like a judgment call. It's just, I don't see you anymore. Because you didn't even value my life then, so why would you value it now? Why? Because I'm something? Because you see me differently? That's not my baggage. That's yours. It's a hard road, guys, but it's worth it. Are you going to stand and fight, get your power? Or are you going to let these motherfuckers talk you out of it? Money is important. And if you can't balance the idea that you need money and that you want to be a millionaire, then you're never going to be anything but a hundredaire. And you're going to struggle and you're going to suffer. Balance your shit out. Wow, that was direct. I'm telling you, this new guide of mine, ooh, Lord. By the way, the guide that I have is just my superior consciousness, if you will. The energy that has moved in will settle by, I'm told, July 1st, by my birthday, when I will open the door to myself. And I will greet myself, is the way it was phrased. So, I get home on my birthday. By my birthday, if not sooner. I usually am about 2 to 3 weeks ahead of everybody else, but That's just because I guess they want me to know certain stuff and had to experience it so that I can guide people. Here's the thing, I'm not better than anybody else, and don't even get it twisted. I don't know more than you, but I know what I know, and not one person can take that from me. And that's what makes me an emperor. I'm trying to work with other emperors and empresses, people who don't have time to second guess themselves anymore, because it is what it is. It is very clear to me. If it's clear to you, then let's work together. 504-515-4412, or reach me at kahmoos@msn.com. Later.